people on this planet are much weirder than you would have ever imagined. The kind of bizarre and insane extremes people go to in the name of culture, religion, and tradition will make you want to pinch yourself just to make sure it's for real and not some figment of your imagination. La Tomatina in Spain. La Tomatina, Spanish pronunciation, is a festival that is held in the Valencian town of Buñol in the east of Spain, 30 kilometers, 19 miles from the Mediterranean. This festival is where participants throw tomatoes and get involved in a tomato fight purely for entertainment purposes. Since 1945, it has been held on the last Wednesday of August during a week of festivities in Buñol. The event in 2020 was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic in Spain. La Tomatina Festival started the last Wednesday of August in 1945, when some young people spent the time in the town square to attend the Giants and Big Heads Figures parade. The young boys decided to take part in a parade with musicians, Giants and Big Heads Figures. The energy of jovialities caused one participant's big head to fall off. The participant flew into a fit of rage, began hitting everything in his path. There was a market stall of vegetables that fell victim to the fury of the crowd. People started to pelt each other with tomatoes until the local forces ended the fruit battle. The following year, some young people engaged in a pre-planned quarrel and brought their own tomatoes from home. Although the local forces broke it up, this began the yearly tradition. In the following years, the young boys' example had unwittingly made history for thousands of people. Since 2004, the Colombian town of Sutinmarchán holds a similar event on June 15th, when a surplus of tomatoes is harvested. In Costa Rica, the town of San Jose de Trojas in the San Pedro district of Sarchicatán celebrates a tomatina during the local tomato fair. Also, in the town of Dang'an in southern Guangdong province in China, a tomato fight is held on October 19th, during which they use up to 15 tons of tomatoes. Cheese rolling in England. The Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake is an annual event held on the spring bank holiday at Cooper's Hill, near Gloucester in England. Participants race down the 200-yard-long hill after a round of double Gloucester cheese is sent rolling down it. The event was traditionally held by and for the people who live in Broxworth local village, but now people from all over the world take part. The Guardian called it a world-famous event, with winners coming from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Nepal. From the top of the hill, a 7 to 9 pound, 3 to 4 kilogram round of double Gloucester cheese is sent rolling down the hill, which is a length of 200 yards. Competitors then start racing down the hill after the cheese. The first person over the finish line at the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. The competitors aim to catch the cheese, however, it has around a 1-second head start and can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, 110 kilometers per hour, enough to knock over or injure a spectator. In the 2013 competition, a foam replica replaced the cheese for reasons of safety. The winner was given the prize of an actual cheese after the competition. This ceremony initially took place each Whit Monday, before it later was moved to the spring bank holiday. Two possible origins have been proposed for the ceremony. The first is said that it evolved from a requirement for maintaining grazing rights on the common. Due to the steepness and uneven surface of Cooper's Hill, there are usually several injuries each year. A first aid service is provided by the local St. John ambulance at the hill's bottom. Members of the local rugby club and young farmers volunteer their services by acting as catchers for any participants who lose their balance, and also are on hand to carry down any casualties requiring first aid who do not reach the bottom. Several ambulance vehicles attend the event since there is invariably at least one and often several injuries requiring hospital treatment. Before we move on, leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be the first watching new episodes. Wearing white and jumping over 7 waves, Brazil. The Brazilians do love to party, and as New Year's Eve falls in their summer, outdoor parties and a dip in the sea provide for a pleasant activity. Traditions are important to the Brazilians, and New Year's Eve is a big part of their tradition. On New Year's Eve, many Brazilians will dress in white to bring good luck and peace for the year. And then after midnight and watching lots of fireworks, they will head to the beach to jump over 7 waves while throwing flowers into the sea and making a wish. Some will also light candles and bury them in the sand. It is believed that the goddess of the sea will make their wishes come true. El Calacho, or baby jumping, Spain. Baby jumping is a traditional Spanish festival dating back to 1620. It takes place annually to celebrate the Catholic feast of Corpus Christi in Castrillo de Murcia, a village in the municipality of Sasamón in the province of Burgos. It appeared in the British newspaper The Guardian as one of the strangest holidays. During the act, known as El Salto de Calacho, the devil jump, or simply El Calacho, men dressed as the devil, known as the Calacho, in red and yellow suits jump over babies born during the previous 12 months of the year, who lie on mattresses in the street. The devils hold whips and oversized castanets as they jump over the infant children. The Brotherhood of Santísimo Sacramento de Minerva organizes the week-long festivities, culminating on Sunday when the Calacho jumps over the babies on the mattresses placed on the procession route traversing the town. The origins of the tradition are unknown, but it is said to cleanse the babies of original sin, ensuring safe passage through life and guarding against illness and evil spirits. In recent years, Pope Benedict has asked Spanish priests to distance themselves from El Calacho, as the Church has always taught that it's only by the sacrament of a valid baptism that original sin can be cleansed. Lip plating. The lip plate, also known as a lip plug or lip disc, is a form of body mortification. Increasingly large discs, usually circular and made from clay or wool, are inserted into a pierced hole in either the upper or lower lip, or both, thereby stretching it. It is most common in African native tribes, and archaeological evidence indicates that labrets have been independently invented no fewer than 6 times in Sudan, Eritrea, and Ethiopia, 8700 BC, Mesoamerica, 1500 BC, and coastal Ecuador, 500 BC. In some African countries, a lower lip plate is usually combined with 2 lower front teeth excision, sometimes all 4. Among the Sera people and Lobi of Chad, a plate is also inserted into the upper lip. Other tribes, such as the Makande of Tanzania and Mozambique, used to wear a plate in the upper lip only. Many sources have suggested that the plate size was a sign of social or economic importance in some tribes. However, because of the natural mechanical attributes of human skin, the plate size may often depend on the stage of stretching of the lip and the wishes of the wearer. Consuming ashes of the dead, Venezuela and Brazil. There are so many bizarre cultures that it is so difficult to understand, but still interesting enough to capture other people's interest in its controversy. The Yanomami tribe in South America, also known as Yanam or Senema, is found in Venezuela and Brazil. The tribe is not easily influenced by modernization or westernization, but instead still practice their culture. This tribe has a weird burial ritual, akin to cannibalism, called endocannibalism. Endocannibalism is the practice of eating a corpse. The Yanomami are a native tribe that believes that the soul needs to be protected after the body dies. They believe that the soul can only rest properly and transition only when the body has been burned and the body eaten by the living relatives. Unlike the conventional burial ceremony of internment, this native Indian tribe burns the dead person's body and paints their faces with grime from the burnt body. They sing and cry to express their grief over the loss of the relative. In the second phase of the burial, they gather the bones from burning the bodies and turn them into powder, mixing it with the burnt body's ashes. They mix this into a banana used to make banana soup, a local delicacy typical to this tribe, and give it to everybody to eat. They believe that completing this burial ritual is the only way the soul can attain eternal peace. But in a case where an enemy kills the relative or village member, only the women eat the ashes, and after then, a form of revenge is exacted on the culprits. However, the ceremony is done on the same night the villagers are to avenge through a raid on the enemy territory. Giraffe women, Thailand. The Kayan are a subgroup of Red Karen, Karenni people, Tibeto-Burman ethnicity minority of Myanmar, Burma. Padong Yan Padong is a Shan term for the Kayan Lawi, the group in which women wear the brass neck rings. The Kayan residents of the Mae Hong Son province in northern Thailand refer to themselves as Kayan and object to being called Padong. In the Hardy Padong's 1967, Kim Mong-myunt, one of the first authors to use the term Kayan, says that the Padong prefers to be called Kayan. On the other hand, Pascal Couthway calls his people Padong in his 2002 memoir, From the Land of Green Ghosts, a Burmese Odyssey. Women of the Kan tribes identify themselves by their form of dress. Women of the Kamlawi tribe are well known for wearing neck rings, brass coils placed around the neck, and appearing to lengthen it. Girls first start to wear rings when they are around 5 years old, and over the years, the coil has been replaced by a larger one, and more turns are added. The weight of the brass pushes the collarbone down and compresses the rib cage. The neck itself is not lengthened. The appearance of a stretched neck is created by the clavicle's deformation. Many ideas regarding why the coils are worn have been suggested. Speculation by anthropologists who have hypothesized that the rings protected women from becoming slaves and making them less attractive to other tribes. It has also been theorized that the coils originate from the desire to look more attractive by exaggerating sexual dimorphism, as women have more slender necks than men. It has also been suggested that the coils give the women a resemblance to a dragon, an important figure in Kan folklore. The coils might be meant to protect from tiger bites, perhaps literally, but probably symbolically. Thanks for watching. Leave the comment down below and let us know what do you think. Don't forget to subscribe for new and upcoming episodes.